So grab a pen and a notepad and a piece of paper while I bring in the next guest for today. But I'm going to do the introduction. Her name is Kim Levings. And today, Kim will be talking about leading from the center. Her topic is leading from the center. Now, Kim is originally from South Africa, and she is an experienced and well-regarded professional in the training, development, and executive coaching. She's got more than 30 years experience in that area, so you can know who we're talking about. Her experience in the corporate, nonprofit, and church markets have been unchallenged. She has a unique understanding of the challenges surrounding those organizations. Her success and best strategies for leaders and followers alike would be able to help your organization move from where you are to where you want to be. Kim's passion is to equip individuals to unleash themselves so they can get their lives on track and be all they were meant to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you all to welcome to the virtual stage, Kim Levings. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you, John. Thank you for having me. I'm really honored to be joining these great speakers on the summit, and thank you for putting it together. As somebody who's passionate about leadership development, I know how important ongoing learning is. And thank you, Ali, for setting me up with such great points that I'm going to build on, because leading with love is just so important.
Awesome.
And, you know, as you mentioned, John, I have been in the people development space for many years, too long to count, but well over 30 years. And my experience was split between training, coaching, human resources, and leadership strategy consulting, which is what I'm doing right now. And I found myself in the many years in human resources thinking that the human resources leaders are like the cleanup crew behind bad leaders. So when you have bad leaders in an organization, you inevitably have problems. So I, over the years, have also worked with good leaders and weak leaders and everything in between. And today I want to talk to you about some specific issues that I've seen in leaders over the years. And I call this lead from the center. And it actually has a double meaning, because the first meaning is to lead from the center of knowing who you are, coming from a place of balance and security, that you know who you are as a leader, and being firm and confident with your own sense of conviction and values is the one center. The other center is to lead from the center of the team, not above, not below, but from the center. I see the leader as the hub of the wheel, almost that central ripple. If you think of organization as ripples in a pond, the leader is that center. Being able to understand people and walk alongside them. So in looking at these common themes between what I call weak leaders and leaders who need growth, weak leaders and leaders who are strong leaders, I've pulled out 4 key points or 4 key principles. And the first one is to inspire people. Inspire people to action by creating the vision and building possibilities. As Ali said, you know, helping people see what's good about them and bringing that forth, helping people grow. Because people who feel inspired and feel that their work is making an impact on the world, they will show up in a positive, productive way. You don't have to intentionally motivate or engage them. It's a natural outcome of you helping them flourish. So the first point is to inspire people. And leaders are readers. So I'm going to refer to a few books. And in this point, I wanted to talk about a book by Benjamin Zander and his wife, Rosamund Stone Zander, and it's called The Art of Possibility. I encourage you to get the Audible version or the audio version, excuse me, because it's a powerful book. And one of the chapters in there talks about give everyone an A. It's so powerful. And what they're saying here is what I say, you get what you expect from people. So if you expect good results, if you expect them to do their best, they probably will. So give everyone an A. Expect them to succeed because you hired them. Point number 2 is to be human. Too many leaders are not real people. They try and keep themselves distanced from their team. And I say that being honest and transparent is an important part of building trust with your team. Same as doing your own job. Leadership is a team sport. And if you don't deliver results, if you don't shoulder the burden alongside your team, you can't get their trust and respect. And I've seen that, leaders who create what we call toxic or negative work environments are those that are not transparent with their people. They keep secrets, they triangulate, maybe they judge people, they complain to their people, they're overly harsh, they don't give people the benefit of the doubt. And often poor leaders also don't lead with integrity. So that's another important element of leadership. So be human, be open, and be transparent. Because when you tell the truth and you are just yourself with people, it does build that trust. Excuse me. So another great book I'd like to recommend is by Henry Cloud called Integrity. He unpacks some powerful principles around holding that balance, just as Ali said, between achieving the results and getting what you want from your people, but at the same time, believing in them and loving in them and having that relationship with your people that they know you care about them. The third point I wanted to share was stand firm and act with confidence. Make good decisions and follow through. Your people need to know where they stand with you. There is nothing worse than a leader who doesn't have that courage of conviction. And I often advise leaders in my coaching, a bad decision or a decision that was actually probably could have been better is better than no decision. Because indecision creates uncertainty. And when your people have uncertainty, trust will go away with that. Because now they're not quite sure where they stand with you. They're not sure what the future's about. They can't trust you in their decisions. They don't know that you've got their backs, that you're actually that leader at the helm and you're going to make smart decisions. And sometimes even you have to make a tough decision involving people. It's important to separate the person from the decision. They may have delivered poor results and maybe poor performance. Maybe you have to make a really tough decision and let them go. But I encourage managers to let people go and still leave with their integrity and their respect. That you respected them, that you loved them, that you invested in them. And at the same time, you couldn't tolerate whatever it was that ended up being a terminable offense. So don't be afraid of making those tough decisions. Don't be afraid of giving people the feedback they need to help them grow. Because it's pointless just ignoring mistakes along the way. So as I say, put on your big boy pants or big girl pants, make the tough decisions and get on with it, because it's going to build that trust in your people. And in fact, the Neuro Leadership Institute, you can research them at neuroleadership.com. They developed a SCARF model, which is a brain-based framework designed to enhance self and social awareness. And SCARF actually deals with that sort of safety, security, and sense of comfort that employees have in their relationships. Also, when you have poor leaders in an organization, I remind people that people don't leave organizations. They leave managers. They leave because of their manager or their boss. They very seldom leave because of the organization. That's another reason to stand firm and act with confidence. And then my fourth and final point is be affirming, reward, develop, and recognize. Great leaders are present with their team. You notice them. You notice when they do well. You notice when they don't do well. And be there to listen and watch and teach and correct and guide. In my book, I have a book called The 5 T's of Effective People Leadership. And in there, I actually discuss this relational component of building trust and helping work with your people from the point of hire to the point of transition, whether it's up, out, or down. Whatever that transition looks like, you have a journey or a lifeline with an employee on your team or somebody in your team, whether you've got a team of 2 or 3 people, whether you're leading in your church, your household, your community, or a huge organization, or your own company. Wherever you are managing people, you're in a leadership position. And knowing how to work with them right from the beginning to the end and everything in between involves communication, trust, leadership that's invested in their growth, and leaders grow their people to help them drive. So every day, find the A in your people, recognize them, and affirm them. And, I recently thought, for those of you who live in a cold climate, I live in Colorado, you'd appreciate the pain of trying to save your plants that are not as cold hardy as others. And, every year with your annuals and certain perennials, you end up having to replace the plants. And I got tired of playing this game. So this year I joined the party of trying to nurse these plants through the winter in the garage and so in some places in the house. And for a couple of days this week, I forgot to turn the lights on in the garage, and I have special daylight bulbs. And as I was doing that, I thought, plants are very much like people. So before you think that's politically incorrect, let me explain. We're all living organisms, and healthy things grow. So just like my plants need to be fed and watered and given daily light, even in the bitterest of winter, they are still giving me green leaves, and I know in the summer they will bloom. So your people will bloom when you invest in them. So good leadership builds the relationships to help people succeed. I have a management mastery series that I'm launching in May. If you want to be part of those classes, email me, kim@kimlevings.com. And John, thank you for this opportunity. I hope that we have equipped some great leaders here today.
Hey, yes, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Yes, I learned a lot, and I know the people who are watching and listening to this program also learned a lot from you. You said, invest in people and they'll bloom, just like the flowers. I love that. Thank you so much for that, Kim. You're a powerful speaker.
John.
You're a powerful speaker. And how can people reach out to you? Okay, your website.
Yeah, they can email me at kimlevings.com or kim@kimlevings.com. And all the information is there, as well as the books. And as I said, the Management Mastery series is launching probably in May or June. It'll be a 10-class series that's basically taking all my years of leadership and management training and bundling it into a good e-learning and digital online experience for you and or your team.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I was able to take note of some brilliant points that you shared with us. You said honesty and transparency is key to leadership. And you said a leader has to stand firm. A leader should be able to make good decisions, because indecision creates uncertainty. Thank you so much for those nuggets.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Thank you for having me, John.
My pleasure. So for those who are listening, that's Kim Levings. She's on Facebook. You can reach out to her. She can spark the fire in your team and help your organization move from where it is to where you want that organization to be. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day, Kim.
Thank you, John.